single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hey everybody, it's me and Liv here, and Shayla. Alright, we're just, we've just basically woken up. What is it, 7? Well, we woke up at 6 something, but,
7:16.
yeah, but what is it? Yeah, it's 7:15 in the morning right now. And I was just talking to Liv about the whole, like, I need to do another video about death, about killing things, like how you shouldn't kill things. And because I realized that my last video caused a little bit of confusion with, but what about the grass? But what about, like, the dandelions? What about weeds? What about trees? What about, like, if bugs and flies are attacking me, like, surely I can swat them away. And so I thought, you know what, let me do another video just to explain this in a little bit more detail. And I was just talking with Lip about it as well. So it all depends on the purpose of whatever you are killing, really. And are you taking away from its purpose, or are you literally completing its purpose? So, for example, a marijuana or a hemp plant, for example, they have a purpose. The flower of the cannabis provides healing. It is a medicinal plant, right? So when you cut down or take the buds or do whatever you need to do with that plant, you harvest it for the sake of medicine, for the sake of healing, right? You have completed the plant's purpose. So that's okay. When you... there was a comment that was just like, what about dandelions? I feed dandelions to my bunny. That was the beautiful Susan Buck Hernley.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, of course, because dandelions are also a medicinal plant, and they are food for a variety of different animals and so forth. So when you are taking out the dandelions and feeding them to an animal, they are completing a purpose. They are completing the dandelion's purpose. That's why dandelions reproduce at an alarmingly fast rate. That's why cannabis reproduces at a super fast rate with only just a couple of months. Hemp, right? Hemp is used for clothing, building materials, food, nourishment, medicine, right? For everything, right?
Fuel, like milk,
cleaning the air, like
sanitary,
absolutely everything,
products,
like
everything,
right? And so when you are growing and harvesting hemp, for whatever purpose you want, because it's like a freaking one plant suits all, you're then completing the purpose of the plant. However, for example, and this is for anything. Oh, another one. Yes. Mosquitoes and bugs and flies.
Yeah, we all hate them.
We all dislike them. Like so many animals do. That's why you have horses that flap their tails. It's like, screw a fly, and everything like that. But here's the difference, right? When you hear a fly or a mosquito or whatever, and it's just in your earshot, it's not actually doing anything to you. It hasn't bitten you. It's just simply flying past. Yet you have the intent to kill it. Just like if a spider is on your wall and it's doing absolutely nothing to you. It hasn't attacked you. It hasn't done anything. It's just literally been in your presence, and you go out and kill it. Why would you do that? Because it's simply sitting there completing its purpose. The flies and the mosquitoes and so forth, they have a purpose as well, and they are completing that purpose. So if they simply fly past you within nature, which you choose to be outside in at the time, and you purposely, like, just because it's in earshot, you kill it, well, you're taking it away from its purpose at that point. However, if a mosquito, you see it land on your arm and it starts eating you, and then you smack it and you kill it, well, that's just what was supposed to happen to that mosquito. Because it attacked you, so you defended yourself, and that's what it was, right? That it completed its purpose. It bit you, it tried to get blood, and it failed. Right?
Intention is a big thing.
Intention is huge.
Intention is a big thing. If you go around with the intent to kill everything that's in your vicinity versus...
Just because it makes you uncomfortable.
Exactly. You know, that would be, I guess, what's the right word? I mean, sin, I guess. I don't like to use the word sin, but... You know,
Well...
I don't know. It's just... It's
wasteful, basically.
Wasteful, then. Yeah.
Right? Right? Like...
Yeah.
I just want you to think, what if let's say we have so much racism, classism, colorism, and everything like
Fascism.
that, all of it. And let's say that you are walking down the street, and let's say you're a regular individual, and a super rich, one of those 1% billionaires,
Douchebag.
you know, you're walking past them. You're not doing anything, but you're just in their vicinity. And they looked at you and said, oh, I can't have that kind of filth around me. You know, Waldorf. Shoot that one, you know, get rid of it. And they shot you or your family member or whatever, right? What would you do? You would say that is murder because they had the intent, just because you're not just because you're in their vicinity. You're simply existing within their presence. They have the right to kill you? Of course not. And it's the same thing. If you are taking away... If whatever living thing around you, whether it's plant, bug, animal, doesn't matter. If it is minding its own business and it is not attacking you in any way, and it's not, and you're taking away from completing the purpose, then it's just killing for no reason, right? If you're going fishing and you don't eat fish, you're a vegetarian, but you fish for fun, catch and release. I don't give a crap. Like, why are you causing that pain? Sorry, Sheila. Sheila's like, oi, hat.
Oh, sorry.
It's like, why are you causing that pain to that animal? And you shouldn't eat it anyway.
You know, hunting's a big thing,
Hunting is huge.
I think that you should do a video on that in itself, because there's so many people that actually hunt and they don't think that, they believe that there's nothing wrong with it, it's fine, and even if it is catch and release, I'm releasing it back to the wild, and I'm doing the right thing or whatever. Like, it's pretty it's a pretty sick mentality to have when you think about it, because if the same thing was done to you, I mean, it's almost like it's cruel.
Ooh, it's appalling.
Yeah,
right?
Like,
well,
anyway, but you should do a separate video on that, I think.
Well, it kind of goes in with like don't kill things as well. But yeah, well, if you guys want a separate video on hunting specifically, I'm happy to do it. Timber and wood. You know, I had a cousin from the lovely Bata who said, like, what about timber? You know, like, we need wood for our houses and we need things like that. And the answer is no, you don't. You don't need timber. You don't need wood. The trees have a specific purpose, right? The purpose is to help climate control. You know, it keeps the earth warm and cool, which sustains habitats. You know, they provide air. They clean the air, just like a lot of other plants do, but they clean the air on massive scales. You know, ecosystems and stuff, they literally allow the system to keep flourishing. There is no need to cut down forests to build houses for individuals who, for one, only spend a few hours a day in them. Because otherwise, where are you? You're at work. You're in slavery, right? So, and plus, there are way other building materials out there besides timber. Like hemp, like we said. Oh, I got an eyelash falling in my eye.
Sorry, but like, if wood is your chosen, material, like it has to be wood. There's abundance of fallen trees. You don't have to cut living trees. There's abundance of fallen trees. Process the fallen trees.
Right.
If it's dead, if it's not in the ground, if it's not living, then you've got nothing to worry about. Why cut something that is already living, right? And it is fulfilling its purpose. Cut a fallen tree, but like my baby here says, you know, like there's definitely other materials that you can go for. Look into hempcrete, you know, like
which is like
grow
anti-mold,
you can grow
stays
that, right? Yeah, you can grow that in literally
3 months.
a few months, process it, and then you've got this wonderful sustainable material that outlasts any material that we have right now.
Right.
You know, like in terms of housing and structure and stuff, it will outlast by friggin' like times 10, right? Like it's you know, just look it up, like it's the morning.
Do your research.
Just look it
It's
up.
the
but
morning. I can't be bothered. I haven't had coffee yet.
You know, I don't think there's a material that is actually better than hempcrete.
Go on, Matt Shayla.
You know, so
okay.
there's a whole bunch. So,
Shay. And so it's kind of like, again, are you taking away the purpose of this plant for something that you don't need or is not required, right? That's the main thing. So, you know, fruits and vegetables and so forth, you know, you take it because you need it, and that's the purpose of it, right? Right? That's all that's like, oh yeah, let me find skin. So that's what I can say. Like, and don't get me wrong, there are times that you will kill things, but it is because you need to complete your purpose. So, for example, when we found our campsite, we had to drive down over grass, and now we have, like, you know, tire tracks in between the grass. So yes, anything that was there before is now unfortunately dead. But however, I needed to do that in order, because I need to have access to my vehicle, and I need to do that. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm remorseful because my car has flattened some grass for my tire tracks. But because I took what I needed, which is just those strips, right? I am definitely not going through the whole, like, little roadway there and getting rid of every other plant. Not at all. It's just what is required, and everything else is left.
Without the intention of
yes,
die, blades
yes,
of grass.
exactly. Or, oh, I need to make this campsite look really pretty, you know, so I'm going to kill everything around it so I can reorganize it. Not at all. You know, my tent is placed on a bed of grass, so that grass is not going to be very nice when I take it up. However, what we do definitely know, though, is there's no toxic chemicals being put on it. There's nothing that has inhibited it. So when we leave, it's all going to grow right back, right? So anyway, that's the little update on killing things, and I hope that has cleared up any sort of confusion. So if you're taking away its purpose and you're contributing to something that you truly don't need or whatever, or if it's unnecessary, then don't kill it. Don't kill things. However, if you're simply just killing for aesthetics or because something is in your vicinity, or, you know, it's just like unnecessary and there's other things that you could use, then just do that and don't kill it.